Imagine if you could go through life with no self-doubt. Imagine anytime you really had to put on a show, you had no doubt in your head that you could do it best. Imagine it was time for you to execute and you had no doubt in your mind that you can do it flawless. You know how much further you get at in life? You know how much further people will get at in life in general? That's the reason I had to come through today to really put you on some game. So to conquer self-doubt is to be secure within yourself. From those who soared to those who flawed, you know what was the main difference? It's on how they dealt with self-doubt. So tell me, how do you deal with self-doubt on a day-to-day basis? The cause. So let's get down to the root of when you started to become scared. Since when did you become a bitch? On the real, since when did you become a bitch? Like, since when did you become insecure within yourself? Because on the real, everyone is insecure in some type of way. And some of them can't even smile because that's how insecure they are. And that should be wild to me because there's certain people that are so timid that they can't even fucking smile, bro. They can't even smile. Like, as a matter of fact, most of the time when I just be cruising by or even just walking down the damn store, bro, most people really ain't smiling. But whatever, that's a whole different topic. Like, bro, come on. It's crazy how most people just ain't happy with themselves. But look, since when did you become a bitch? Since when did you become a bitch? Since when did you become scary? Since when did your rational fears become irrational? Like, since when did you start doubting yourself? It's really what you gotta ask yourself. Since when? Like, what really made you doubt yourself? Because as a kid, low key, you wouldn't doubt yourself like that. You really wouldn't doubt yourself like that. Unless it was an actual situation that put you in danger, you wouldn't doubt yourself like that. Shit, you did whatever the fuck you want. So since when did you start caring? It's what you should really be asking yourself. Because to be secure within yourself is to give no fucks about what anyone really thinks or gotta say about you. Because you know who you are and you know what you stand on. But look, how did those experiences affect your life though? How did those experiences affect your life? You see, if you put in a situation and you fold under pressure, and the next time a similar situation comes to pass and you time again fold, bruh, those chain of events will eventually lead to your own demise without you realizing it. Why? Because unless you're able to break the cycle of you folding under pressure, you're gonna continue to leave your duty unfulfilled. So, are you still dealing with the insecurities that you had since a kid? Because if you are, then you gotta take out the time out your day. Stop being a bitch. Alright, bro. Self-doubt. So how do you speak to yourself on a daily basis? Do you talk negatively about yourself? Or do you talk positive things into existence? Like me, on the real life, as soon as I wake up, I can't lie. Sometimes it be a lazy morning, right? And I just gotta gas myself up, motivating myself up. And other times, I just wake up straight getting to it. Already in the motion. Just ready to tackle down the day. But the thing is, you see, throughout the day, it don't really matter how I started the day. You see, because by the end of the day, I've already got my mind right back on what's mine. Back on what we deserve. So you see, it doesn't matter if I have a shitty day. It really don't matter if I have a shitty day. I'm gonna go ahead and do whatever the fuck I want. Do whatever the fuck I want to do as I please. As you should want to, bro, because this is your life. This is your life to play with, like it's GTA. So tell me, how do you be speaking to yourself on a daily basis? Because you see, if you steady talking down on your damn self, which hella people do, if you really talk down on your own damn self, when it's time for you to put on the pressure, you're gonna vote again. You're not gonna perform how you're supposed to. Why? Because you're not gonna be in this state of mind to steady thrive. So that's the reason why you always gotta speak positive about yourself. And keep it up, time and time again. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And another thing that you really gotta ask yourself, look at the people around you. Are they steady doubting they damn selves? Are they steady doubting what you own? Because you see, their doubts could become yours if you let it get in your head too long. And it can even mess with you too. People steady doubting you, that could mess with you too. That's the reason why you gotta be strong mentally. So as long as you got a clear vision of your goal and you got a strong conviction that you will make it happen to the point where you know it already came to pass, and look, it don't matter what people gotta say. You see, once you already tapped into that type of mindset, my God, we hit it straight to the stars. And that's when you start to conquer self-doubt. So I feel like most people really doubt they damn selves because they don't know their self-worth. You see, time and time again, I be working on myself on a daily basis. Really trying to test my limits, really trying to break my limits, right? That really just built me up over time. I've been doing this since I was 15, steady working out since I was 15, bro. And even though my body got fucked up, bro, I was always maintaining peak performance, mentally or physically, bro. You see, when I wasn't working out like that, I would go ahead and read some books, or go ahead and watch a video about some game, about some knowledge. Or I'll go ahead and just head outside and just vibe out. That's the type of shit that I be on. But time and time again, I'll be steady working on myself because I know what I'm trying to build. And you see, when you're hitting goal after goal, even if it's small, it still builds you up. Of course, you're laying break by break every day so you could build a China wall, right? But you see, it ain't even the wall that you're building what counts. What counts is the person who's building it. You, bruh. You is what counts. So you really gotta believe in yourself. And you gotta learn to believe in your damn self. I feel like a lot of people out here, they don't really believe in their damn self. They don't really believe that they could accomplish anything in this damn world. Because if they did, I feel like most people will really try to get on something new for real. I feel like most people will really try to get on something new. Like really try to start their own wave. But I feel like most people are too stuck in self-doubt, bruh. And you always gotta have faith that everything will always work in your favor too. Because if not, then how else do you expect to succeed if you steady doubting your damn self? Like what? Like what? No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So know who you are and what you stand on. The foundation you're building today is what your legacy is going to be building upon. So you got to make sure that you set it off right. You got to make sure that you build it with no doubt. Thriving, breaking limits, and living carefree. You see, when you start to thrive under pressure, that's when you start to become unstoppable. Because you start to resurrect a certain part of yourself that could further elevate not only your own lifestyle, but everyone else's as well. But you see, it all really depends upon the pressure that you decide to put on. You see, embarrassment only comes from trying, not being lazy. So when you're scared to get embarrassed, when you're scared to get embarrassed, how the fuck do you even expect to make it if you're scared to make mistakes? Bruh, honestly, you gotta embarrass yourself. Why? Because you then start to realize that, bruh, what people say really don't matter. So if you're still insecure about yourself, bruh, just embarrass yourself time and time again, and you won't give no fucks about how you look. Go ahead and embarrass yourself. Like, bruh, honestly, when I started to really think how I came out the way I am, right? I started to realize this mainly because I steady broke my ceiling time and time again. And I did it quick, bruh. And I did it quick. So you see, when I set up visions hella big for myself, I knew that I was gonna have to break through hella ceilings at a young age because I'm really trying to make it at a young age. So by the time people are usually 50, I broke my ceilings time and time again. They're like, bro, I'm low-key 20, but thinking like I'm 50, bro. But that's what happens when you really just go ahead and challenge yourself time and time again. Just really put on the risk. Just really put on the pressure. Go ahead and breaking your limits. Really not caring about the end result, but the inner making. You see, you really gotta live like life is a dream, because it really is. But you see, honestly, that's something that people overlook. Like, my God, when you wake up in the damn morning, you go from one dream to another. 100 years from now, guess what? You wake up again, and you go from this dream to another. All you really do is really experience for real. Whether there's a heaven or hell, bro, at the end of the day, my God, the only thing there is left to do is just experience. Just experience, bro. So you really gotta understand that life is really like a dream. You see, when you're really able to live in that type of perspective, that life is really like a dream, bruh, you start to become like, you start to feel like you're infinite. And what I mean by that is, my God, you start feeling like you can make anything happen. Like you can make anything happen. Like everything is plausible for you. Like everything is within your grasp. And that's how it starts to feel when you start to live like life is a dream. And you see, your own perspective really plays a big role on self-doubt. So time and time again, if you're doubting yourself, it's only because you have a mental faculty that you gotta go ahead and check it out for your damn self. You see, honestly, I just did hella shadow work to the point where nowadays I really don't give a fuck. I really don't be giving no fucks. I just really go ahead and live my life to the fullest, as we all should, of course. But you see, I don't let the self-doubts get to me. I really don't. At the end of the day, it really all depends upon how long you dwell on self-doubt. And my God, last but not least, live like it's you versus the world. To be unstoppable is to be undeniable. To be undeniable is to be different. And to be different is to be bold. And to be bold is to be secure. And to be secure is to be unstoppable. So there we have it, y'all. There we have it. Now we living with no self-doubt. Now we know what we're trying to make out of this life. Now we know that we can envision our whole future. Bruh, is there still a doubt in your mind that you can't make it happen? Rewatch a video, reclip, send to your homie, do what you gotta do, send it to your chick. She gonna get put on gang, and y'all gonna both live a journey too. So you already know who it is. It's Franco how to come through with a message from the utmost, and hey, bruh, we becoming unstoppable.